Let's turn our attention now, though, to a story which is all over the front of the Times. Stop taking painkillers for arthritis, patients told. NHS hoping to save billions of pounds by encouraging arthritis patients to instead exercise and lose weight. Jamie Boda, who was diagnosed with axial spondyloarthritis, aged 18, founded a business, Yoga for AS, along with a 76-year-old fellow sufferer. Jamie joins me now. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Matt. Lovely to speak with you today.
First of all, can I apologise for my almost certainly mispronunciation of AS? Explain to me what that's meant for you and having been diagnosed at 18.
I think like anyone diagnosed with a chronic condition, it can completely change the trajectory of your life. When I was originally diagnosed, there was a lot of overwhelm, but a sense of relief at the same time. And then from there, it's a case of looking to what's next and what you can do to recover a better quality of life. And now I can say hand on heart, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, although that sounds very counterintuitive. But yeah, that's been my journey with it. It's been a bit of a roller coaster.
And what do you make of this this story that's around today? The government say that arthritis costs the NHS £10 billion a year. 8 in 10 patients prescribed painkillers. Instead, GPs are going to be encouraged to offer exercise programs, stretches, and information about group classes such as yoga and tai chi. Maybe one of your yoga classes. What do you make of this? Is this realistic, or for some people, a painkiller is the only option?
Well, I think we have to look at not just the symptom of pain, because with someone living with arthritis, they may also be experiencing fatigue. They might be amidst a flare that's causing them a lot more pain than usual. So you have to take it into context. And just doing exercise when you're living with arthritis poses a whole bunch of challenges. And we also have to ask the question, what sort of exercise? Because some exercise is going to be more helpful than others. And importantly, it's really helpful to be doing that exercise in a community, in an environment where you feel supported and you're kind of enjoying yourself, because the idea of being given, a prescriptive piece of paper and going away and doing some exercises in your room, it's really a lonely experience. And the empowerment happens when you have a community, it's social. And then from there, you can start to really see those changes.
And explain to me how Yoga for AS came about and how you met Jeff
Sure.
And who he is.
So I quite reluctantly went to a support group which was run by NAS, which is the national charity for this particular condition. And everyone there had quite a lot of degeneration from the disease. It was quite overwhelming. But I saw Jeff, who at the time I think was about 70, standing really tall and looked healthy. He cycled to the support group and I was like, what are you doing different than everyone else? And he told me he started yoga and he'd been doing it for about 40 years. And he actually was undiagnosed for most of his life. So he showed me an adaptive yoga session that evening. So yoga specifically catered for how I was feeling, the arthritis I was experiencing, and I felt better, I felt lighter. And that was like a light bulb moment to say, I want to share this with the world. I want people to experience what I've experienced. And yoga for me isn't just a physical thing. It's about being able to change the relationship to the disease and also help to manage symptoms outside of just pain, like fatigue and stiffness.
And are you able to then do without painkillers, or is that still something that you have to rely on sometimes?
So for myself personally, I don't tend to take painkillers because my pain levels are quite low, which is something I'm very fortunate to experience. But that's not the case for everyone. And my philosophy is I'm pro whatever helps. So if someone is in an acute flare, for example, and dealing with a lot of pain, to put yourself in their position is impossible because it's such a personal thing and it can be so overwhelming that the idea of just getting out of bed can seem a lot. So we have to think about what helps, and it's got to be a case of looking at the whole person. It's not just that person's experiencing pain in their joints. That pain impacts their mind, their body, their social life, everything. So you have to kind of really account for that as well.
Jamie, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, and it's inspirational. I'm sure if there are other people in the same situation, it hopefully will help them too. Jamie Bowden, thanks very much for joining us on Times Radio. That's Jamie there, who co-founded Yoga for AS with Jeff. And you can read more about that story online at thetimes.co.uk. Right.